Every way that I could make money does not belong in my business. And girl, it took me a while. It took your girl a while to learn this. Because once you've been online for a long time, like I have since 2014, you start to see opportunities everywhere. Like somebody is making money doing this. You got somebody making money doing that. A new platform pops up. There's a new affiliate program. Somebody tells you about another business opportunity. And technically, I could probably do a lot of it. All right. But should I? Or even should you? That's the question I've got much better at answering and even asking myself, because these days, before I add another income stream to my business, I run it through what I call a little filter. Okay. I want to know, does this actually belong in my business I'm building? So today's video, I'm gonna, share with you my heart, exactly how I decide how I'm gonna make money, and how I'm just like, look, I might put this on the shelf maybe later, or if I could do it, doesn't mean that I should. I'm just not gonna do it. Okay, so let's get into it. Years ago, I probably would have like looked at an opportunity if I saw one and said, okay, how much money can I make doing this? Like that, that's the top question. And it's normal, right? I still want my business to make money. Okay. I'm not here running a pie shop. We're running a business around here. And that right there, that's no longer my first question, because I've made money doing things I did not enjoy at all. I had a successful publishing business, was a service business. I've done one-on-one work. I published books for other people. I've edited, I formatted, I've worked with clients, and the money was good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, the money was good. But the problem was that eventually I didn't want my days to look like that anymore. And now I am much more mature, I'm much more interested in the entire picture. So, how does the money come in? What will I have to do to keep it coming in? Okay? Like, how much access does this, or with this income stream, require of me? And does it depend on me constantly showing up? Okay. And probably the biggest question is, what does my life have to look like in order to maintain this income stream? That's how I think now. I don't want to build something that makes money, but it creates a life I don't enjoy, right? And I don't want to come to my desk. That's not where I'm at. My business needs to support my life. I don't want my entire life revolving around keeping my business alive. And that right there becomes one of the biggest business principle as a soft life CEO. Okay, so here are my fillers or filters that I use now. Filter number one is explanatory. Does it actually fit my actual life? That's the first for me. Not my imaginary life. I'm talking about the version I am now. And I'm not even talking about the version of me that wakes up every morning at 5, because I don't. Works out and drinks the green smoothie and the matcha, and somehow has 20 uninterrupted hours of work. No. Okay. I'm talking about Sharrita's actual life. I am a mom. Okay. I am a wife. I love being at home. I upkeep my home. So I'm my home's manager. I travel every single month with my husband. I like having flexibility in my day. Okay. There are times when I want to work hard on something because I'm really excited about it. And then there are also times when I don't want to be sitting at my computer all day, because either health wise I can't, it just doesn't fit. So when I look at a income stream, I want to understand what is going to require of me personally. If I have to be available every day at a certain time, like that's something I need to consider. Okay. If it requires several client calls every week, I'm probably going to say no. Okay. I've already lived that life. If I'm going to have people texting me at 8 at night, asking me where their project is, like, no, ma'am, I've been there, done that. I know myself better now. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I just know me. Somebody else might love that for them. Okay, that's why you have to know you, who you are. To me, a business model can be very fantastic, but it can be that and still fit your life. There's no, I want this or that. It's not an or with me now. It's an and. Okay. And I want just to transfer it over to you. Yeah, it can be, you can want this and this. Now, depending on your and, you got to know that there's a process to the equaling what you want. Okay. So let me give you an example. If you want a business where it doesn't require you to show your face, and it requires you to have that balance, that equal, you have to know that that's not always going to equal the faster money. Okay. It's just a reality of a thing. To number two, can I build an asset around it? That's a big one for me. Okay. I love assets. I like creating something today that can still be as valuable, or if not more valuable, next month, next year, or maybe even 5 years from now. That's why books make sense for me. That's why YouTube makes sense for me. That's why blogging makes sense for me. That's why digital products make sense. So when I finish recording this video, I'm just done recording, okay? But the video itself isn't going to stop working, okay? Someone can search for this topic 6 months from now and they find me, okay? I can take this same idea and turn it into a blog post, which I am, and it could become a part of a book, which it will. It could lead someone to one of my products, which it will, okay? Now, I've taken an hour or two of my time. I've created this video or something else that has much more longer life than the time I spent creating. Okay. For me, that's valuable. My brand language calls that creates that I like to use as I create once, and I want things working for me years after it's done. Okay. So when I'm evaluating something new, I'm looking for that possibility right there. Can I create assets around this? Like, can I build my intellectual property from what I'm learning? Or can I build something else from that? Can this continue working after I finish the initial work? If the answer is yes, now you got my head. I'm very interested. All right, filter number three. Does it connect to something I'm already doing? That's important. Okay. This one right here has saved me like from doing a whole lot of unnecessary stuff. I don't want seven random businesses. I like ecosystems. So when something new catches my attention, that's what I ask myself, okay, where does this fit? Okay. Let me give you an example. Like take affiliate marketing. Now that's something that fits naturally because I'm already creating content like this. So if I am talking about something that I actually use and there's a affiliate relationship available, I can monetize the content I was already creating anyway. Books fit, digital products fit, YouTube fits, my community fits. Even some of like the newer things that I've added to my income ecosystem makes sense because there's a connection to something that I'm already doing, I'm already learning, or I'm already teaching. That's different from me. Okay. Waking up tomorrow and deciding that I'm going to start something, completely unrelated simply because somebody posted an income screenshot, that does nothing for me. Okay. I don't want to always start over. I know what that feels like. It's so exhausting. And every time you start a completely unrelated business model, you got something else to learn. Another audience, you got another system, you got another platform, a whole nother marketing strategy. Girl, eventually you've got like 12 different businesses and you don't know what day it is. And trust me, I've been there. I don't want that. I want what I want. Okay. I want what I build today to strengthen something that I already built yesterday. Filter 4. Do I actually want to learn this? Yeah. Now, that's the one right there. It sounds real small, but it's not. Am I curious about it? Okay, because every income stream comes with a learning curve. It does. And I actually enjoy learning, but can I sit down, study something because I'm, like genuinely interested in understanding how it works? That's one reason I love publishing. Okay, I didn't wake up knowing how to publish books. I learned it. Same with YouTube. Same with digital marketing and SEO. And my newest thing is tokenized real estate and affiliate marketing, digital products. There are so many things that I'm learning right now simply because they get my attention. Wherever your focus is, that's where it's going to flow. Okay, your attention is going to flow. And sometimes I'm learning something and I decide be like, okay, this is actually going into my business. I'm gonna do this. And then there's sometimes I learn and I say, you know what? That was interesting, but I don't want to do that no more. Okay, that's okay too. Learning something doesn't mean that you have to monetize it. But here's the thing: if I don't even enjoy learning about an income stream, that's usually a clue for me that I'm probably not going to enjoy maintaining it because I'm not going to keep learning it. I'm not going to keep logging in. It's just it. I know we talk about people's attention span, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing. If you're genuinely not interested, leave it alone. Don't be interested. It's a lot I could go into about that, but it does take a mindset shift. You're talking about a girl that was on everybody's email list because they had a freebie. Because I just wanted to look at the freebie, but now I'm not attracted to those things. I'm not seeking free information. Okay. The most free information that I will pay attention to is to maybe things on YouTube that I'm looking at, right? And that's probably connected to something I'm either already doing or wanting to get to do. So yeah, it just comes with a whole different mindset shift. It's no shade, but again, where you focus, where your attention goes, is what's going to grow. I know people say something like that. Okay, wherever your attention goes, wherever your focus is, that right there is going to grow. So if you're always focused on the wrong things, that's going to continue to grow in your life. And that's with anything. It's not just business, but that's just a life principle. All right, well, filter 5. How much maintenance does the money require? Okay. Now, that right there, that's a grown one question. Because everybody talks about how much something can make, but me, I want to know, what does it take to maintain it? Okay. So let's say two opportunities could both bring in $1,000 a month in my business. With one, I have to take client calls every week. I got to answer messages throughout the day, kind of like coaching, right? I have to deliver custom work and always find new clients. Not even coaching, but publishing fits that. Now, with the other one, I create something up front, build a discovery system around it, and maintain it for a few hours a month. Those both bring in $1,000, but they are not the same $1,000. Okay, that right there is how I think now. I look at the cost of the income, not not only financially, money wise, but my time, my attention, my energy, my mental space, access to me. Yes, those things got value, honey. Okay. And I'm willing to make less from something if it gives me like more margin in my life or my days. Okay. That's part of what quiet income means to me, or building a soft business. The goal isn't income with absolutely no work. No, I'm building income around my life and creating things that could continue serving people. That right there, that's soft life. That's soft life CEO energy. Okay, well, on filter 6, and this is, I ask myself, does it depend completely on a platform? Okay, this is something I've become more aware of because I use platforms. I love platforms. YouTube is probably one of my favorites. It is. Amazon has been wonderful for my books. I use Pinterest. I use other platforms in different parts of my business, even having my own website. But I'm always thinking about what I can own alongside them. So if I'm building on YouTube, right? Can I lead people to my email list, right? If I'm creating content, can that become my intellectual property? If I'm learning something new, could that knowledge eventually become a book or a resource for my audience? So if I'm selling something and I'm also building a relationship with the people that's buying it, I think about that too, because platforms do change. Algorithms change, programs change, the rules change. There are changes. We even see that with YouTube now. I want to use platforms without building my entire future on something I have absolutely no control over. That's why ownership has become such a big word for me, and why I will be an advocate of having your own website. And I know people are like, well, WordPress is not yours either. True, very true, because we had an incident, me and my husband, because the way we have our WordPress set up, all of our domains are through WordPress, and we had through Bluehost. Actually, Bluehost hosts it. I mean, the name, right? Bluehost. And something happened, and all of our websites were down. All of them were down. So even through that happened. We've been with Bluehost since, I know it's been over 10 years. We've been with them. So that has only happened once, but it does have me thinking, like, do we really own all what we have? But I'd rather um, be on platforms like YouTube and having my own WordPress website than any social media platform any day. All right, filter 7. Would I still want this in my business 3 years from now? Yeah, 3. Okay. That right there, that will clean some stuff up. In real. Cause sometimes I could be excited for 30 days and then I'm not. But can I see myself doing this for 3 years at max? Now, that doesn't mean that I have to commit forever to something, because businesses evolve. I evolve. Mine certainly has. I certainly still do. But I'm trying to think beyond what's hot right now. Okay. I always like building for longevity. I'm thinking about the future Sharita. Will she be glad that I built this? Could this become more valuable over time? Like, could the audience grow? Could my library grow? Could the asset appreciate in some way? Okay. Even also, like, could I benefit from the work that I'm putting in today, even financially, right? That's why I'm much more attracted to things that compound: a library of books. I talked about tokenized real estate, and a library of searchable YouTube videos, a website filled with blog posts, useful blog posts, an email list, okay, a collection of digital products, my skills, things that I learned how to do, my intellectual property. Like, those things right there make sense to me, because I'm not waking up every month, feeling like I have to start over again. That's how your girl thinks. Okay. So when you look at, the different ways that I create income, they might look completely separate from the outside. They're really not. My books are assets. My digital products are assets. YouTube brings discoverability and income. I have affiliate marketing that allows me to earn from things that I just naturally share anyway. Now, my community, that right there gives women a place to go deeper with me without me building my entire business around one-on-one services. So mine is actually, my community is a membership, okay? Residual income. And then I have income streams that are connected to assets outside of content as well, which we talked about: tokenized real estate, and they play a big role. That's what I want you to notice. Okay, an income stream needs a job. I don't add something simply to my business just to say I have 8 income streams. Who cares? Nobody cares. But I'd rather have 3 good streams that fit my life than having 10 that have me running around like a what is it, a chicken with my head cut off, a chicken head cut off, trying, just trying to keep everything alive. That's just not gonna work for you, girl. There's one more thing I want to say before I close out the video, and I think it's very important, is that an income stream can belong in your business for a season. Okay, I've had things that served me very well. Then eventually I was just done. Like my publishing services is a perfect example. That business wasn't a mistake. It was my calling at the time. It's my purpose at the time. It was very important part of my story. I learned so much. I made so much money. I helped so many women, over 100 women I know. I developed skills that I use today in my own business, but eventually the way I wanted to live, it changed drastically. And because I changed, my business needed to change too. I think sometimes we hold on to things because they still make money. And I've learned that making money isn't always enough. It's not enough reason for me to just keep something. If I've outgrown it, just like with people, when we outgrown it, you got to let it go. Okay. I can take the knowledge with me. Like you break up with friends, you can take the knowledge with you to the next one. I can take the skills, I can take what I learned, I can build the next thing. That's why I want you thinking beyond just opportunities. Okay. I want you to think about what you're building. Okay. What you make it. I know this sounds selfish, but you do have to make the business about you, your well-being, before the money. So the next time you see an opportunity and you're going to see one and you say, oh, I could do that, don't immediately sign up. Okay, I don't know care if it's coming from me, anybody else. Get you a pen and paper, and I want you to ask yourself, does this fit my actual life? Okay, can I create an asset around this? That I can, will be useful later, right? Does it connect with something I already built? Do you genuinely want to learn it? Or are you just doing it because somebody told you to? Yeah. Is it going to get your focus? And how much maintenance will that income require of you? Okay. And finally, would I be happy that I built this three years from now? Okay. You might still say yes. That's great. I want you to go build it. Go at it, girl. Do what you do. But you may realize that the opportunity is good, but just not for you. Okay. And when you know that difference, it will save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of money. Okay. A lot of money. This is actually one of the things we are doing inside the Soft Life CEO community. I really want to help more women figure out what they want to build and give them the resources to actually start building it. Like you might want to write books. You might be the person that wants a digital product business. You might even want to, create a service business. You might want to build through YouTube, and maybe even affiliate income could make sense for you. Maybe UGC fits your personality. Like you don't have to copy my exact business. And really, I don't want you to because it's a lot. What I want you to do, I want you to understand that the options are there and they're there for you to make meaningful decisions about what belongs in your business. But really, we're building skills in the community, assets, and confidence while we're building our income. Okay. That's the kind of business I want to help you to build. All right. And I'll leave the information below for the Soft Life CEO community. If you want to come inside, you want to build with us. We do have weekly calls there. We're starting in September. Okay. We're going to have I call them weekly office hour calls, because I had battled with it, because again, I had to look at my own life to see would that fit, and it's going to fit. I can carve out an hour every week, which is on Tuesdays, to do this. Okay, so if you go ahead and join now, you'll have time. Our first one I want to say is September the 3rd. Let me see. Let me look at my phone real quick. Yeah. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. The 8th. I'm sorry. September 8th is the first one. Okay. We're gonna start doing that. So you got time to join to get in. Um, binge watch some of the content, deciding on what you want your business to look like and all those great things. Okay, so you got time to join. I put everything down below. All right, that's all for today's video. Before you go, we love having I love having a conversation with you ladies in the comments. Give me one income stream you've been thinking about adding to your business. Like, I want to know what you're considering, and then I want you to ask yourself if it passes through your filters. Okay, how many filters you have? Take care of yourself. Okay, make sure you're drinking your water. Mind your business. I'll see you in the next video. Or I'll see you in the Soft Life CEO community. Okay, bye for now.